Good evening, I'm Jack Callaghan for Eyewitness News.
Passion, commitment, leadership. For decades, Jack Callaghan was a television personality and station manager at WSOC-TV. After contracting polio in 1960, Jack continued working at WSOC for 35 more years, becoming an advocate for people who faced barriers to getting employment. Jack died in 1995, but his support of the Goodwill mission, changing lives through the power of work, will be remembered for years to come through an award named after him. Jack received the first award in 1994, a legacy that continues today with our 18th recipient. Carol Hardison is an advocate for Charlotte's most disadvantaged. As the Chief Executive Officer of Crisis Assistance Ministry for more than 10 years, her #1 goal has been to provide assistance and advocacy for those in financial crisis, helping them move towards self-sufficiency.
Martin Luther King Jr. talked about being a drum major for justice. Carol Hardison is really the drum major in our community for folks who don't have a voice and folks who are trapped in a cycle of poverty.
Carol has been a key component in the success of countless aid programs in our region, including the development of the Critical Needs Fund, the WISH program, and providing immediate assistance for Katrina evacuees. In all of these, she was a leader in bringing multiple nonprofit agencies together.
We always want to talk about collaborating, but Carol brings that to life. We have come so far here in Charlotte as it relates to how one nonprofit works with, relates to, connects with another nonprofit. One could say that's real leadership.
Carol has a unique ability to work not only on the front line and in crisis intervention, but at the same time, she sees and understands that we need to find longer-term solutions.
Carol's passion for her work and her team has helped Crisis Assistance Ministry become the community's emergency room for families facing financial crisis who have nowhere else to turn in breaking the cycle of poverty.
Carol is full of the passion and the commitment and the smarts to help Crisis be all that it can be for our community and for all the people who need it.
She is not just a passionate person, but a builder of people, really connecting with people, but also making sure that they do their best and that they're given the tools to do their best. And I think that carries through in her life mission as well as the mission of her agency.
Whether with her family or with her extended family at work, Carol's love for helping others shines through.
My wife and I have gotten to know Carol personally, and I will just tell you, she is as good a friend, as good a daughter, as good a sibling as she is a community leader. She is just thoroughly genuine.
She gets out there and she works with us, she plays with us. She does what she needs to do to make sure this agency runs very effectively, and she does it in a positive way. Everyone that meets her knows she has a heart of gold and she's very compassionate.
Carol's leadership, her vision in collaborating with other nonprofits, and her concern for those receiving assistance are traits she shares with Jack Callaghan. She is leading the charge to help change people's lives for a better tomorrow.
I think it's really special that Goodwill Industries chooses to honor the work of Carol Hardison. I appreciate that in the Charlotte community we recognize the collaboration among nonprofits that's so important.
I think Carol is an exceptional leader. She has a great vision. She cares passionately for people in need, and she likes to make a difference. I could not think of anyone more deserving than Carol Hardison for this really very prestigious award.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2011 Jack Callaghan Cornerstone Award winner, Carol Hardison.
Well, my friend Jane McIntyre said, "Carol, they're putting a video together and I'm afraid it's going to make you cry." And I had no idea what she meant. I know now what she meant. I don't know how to begin to thank you and share with you how much this means to me. I think of myself as a grassroots poverty fighter who as a kid, trailed along with her parents to meetings on affordable housing and homelessness, a new term that was coming of age. I remember writing letters to congressmen about why are there hungry people, and building habitat houses with my church. But I never imagined when my counselor sent me on the track of being a math major and going into for-profit that I would have this opportunity to follow my dream and to wake up every day and fight for economic justice. It's such an honor. And of course, I don't do it alone. It starts every morning with the most dedicated employees in Charlotte, North Carolina. And you all know who you are. You wake up every day and you work all day, every day for the folks who are in need in this community and have nowhere else to turn, and you're there for them. And you're there for me. Like when you say things like, keep Carol away from caffeine. Yeah, you think I didn't hear you. And the volunteers, hundreds and thousands of volunteers who every day come to Crisis Assistance Ministry and agencies like Goodwill across this community. We have a favorite volunteer who is in our office who used to say, "You couldn't pay me to do this work." And thankfully, they show up and they bring joy to those being served, and they bring joy and sometimes muffins and cakes and treats to us as well. And you all know who you are, and you keep us going. And of course, we couldn't do any of this work without the donors and the philanthropists in our community. And I mean the folks who are working at lemonade stands and selling cookies and bringing $30 donations to the door at Crisis Assistance, and the people in our community who lay out $1 million challenges in hopes that each of us will dig deep in our pockets. But you know, our strongest partner happens to be Goodwill. For 36 years, we have fought alongside Goodwill with the same mission. We have the same purpose. We want to help people who want to help themselves achieve financial independence. And the Goodwill is there as a partner for folks that we're here to honor today, like Susan and Paris and Stephen, the people that we're going to honor this afternoon. They're the reason we do what we do, and we thank you. You know, times have been tough the last 3 years. We've all been a little busy in one way or another. And right now, we've been told, thanks to a study that the United Way funded, that there's 46% more children in our region living in poverty as a result of this downturn in the economy. But there are signs of recovery. Retail is up, coffee shops are booming, people are planning big summer vacations again. The economy is going to rebound. But those that we come together to serve, they're the first to feel the impact of the recession, and they're the last to feel the impact of a recovery. And if we leave those folks out as we return to prosperity, we're not the community we profess to be. We're not the community we want to be. We're not the community we can be. You know, Louise, it's such an honor to have you here today, because I have hope and I have a belief that with these hardworking employees and dedicated volunteers by our side and the donors and philanthropists across this community, we will be the kind of community that Jack Callaghan knew we could be. Thank you so much for this honor.